Greetings everyone, Wadza here, welcome to some Call of Duty Vanguard gameplay, and we're using the one and only the DP-27. So today, we're going to talk about LMGs, because believe it or not, um, people don't really use LMGs, and I'm not only saying this for Call of Duty, for Battlefield as well. It's one of those guns that people sometimes neglect too much, and I believe they don't know what they're missing, because LMGs are, man, some of the best guns in the game. Depending on which one you use, or better yet, depending how you use them. Okay, and some of them has like a lot of ammo, like crazy fire rate, maybe low recoil, maybe more recoil. It's depending on your game style. You have the perfect LMG, and in this case, I think the DP-27 in Vanguard is pretty insane. Reminds me a lot of the Lewis. So, if I'm not mistaken, my weapon knowledge, DP-27 is a Russian LMG, and the Lewis is a British. So they look very similar. The plate loaded, I think it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. And the Lewis in Battlefield 5 is pretty insane. I like it a lot. But anyways, but people tend to forget about these guns, and people just maybe, LMGs, I work slower, they don't work well, I just want to rush around and just be super fast, which is good, it's a fair point. But, man, do not neglect the LMGs. They're like so powerful. This is so good. And also in Vanguard, the Type 11 alongside in Battlefield 5, both games have the Type 11. It's a fantastic weapon system. It's pretty insane too. So there's a lot to choose from when it comes to LMGs. That's one of my favorites. I love using everything, and LMGs are one of my favorites because of its ammo capacity and all these well, in this game you get the attachments and whatnot. Battlefield, you get the specializations, and you just make them work better, and they're like really fun to use. And I don't know, like I said, some people just neglect them, and I don't know why, but they're really fun to use. Like in this case, DP-27, one of the best in Vanguard, and it's fun to use. It's fun to use. Why not? Just give some love to the LMGs, man, because they're awesome. And this is just another little example on what you can do with LMGs. I mean, of course, it's got its pros and cons, like everything else, like any other gun, depending on the game you're playing. But for the most part, I think it's very positive. Everything about LMGs. For example, in Battlefield 5, we got the MMGs. And those are the guns that I don't really use that much, because it require you to go prone, or just use the window or a ledge or something in order to aim on the sight. For me, that doesn't work that much, since I'm very objective oriented player, so always going after flags and coming back and forth. So not being able to aim at the sights for me is kind of annoying, and it definitely it's gonna make me, I don't know, lose a lot of fights, and not being able to capture and defend myself. When you do the both, capture the flag and defend yourself, it's very difficult with a gun like that. So I don't want to go prone in a flag and try to capture it, and I don't know, it's just too much work. I don't know, to me it's too complicated. So like a normal LMG like this one, it's a Lewis Type 11, whatever the bar, depending, the bar is pretty good too. Any LMG that doesn't require you to go prone, pretty awesome in my opinion. That they're very powerful, and you get a lot around to the magazines. You don't have to worry about reloading after each kill. Even if you don't have like good accuracy, you can miss some shots and still have some rounds left to defend yourself. So that, in my book, that sets you apart from people who have to reload after each kill. Which I mean, I'm not trying just to knock them down and to say that SMGs are terrible or assault rifles are horrible, because I use them both. But we gotta look also at the strong points of the guns that we use. And in this case, this gun, it's almost like perfect. A decent recoil, little to none. Not so crazy. Good magazine capacity, and the power in this gun is pretty insane. It hits hard, and I don't know, like I said, one of my favorites. I'm pretty sure if you play this game, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't used this gun, then you should, because this is really good. It's really good. It's like a game changer in my opinion. So if you maybe start playing a little bit tactical, you'll see the advantages, you know, of using this gun. But for the most part, I love LMGs, and one of my favorites in Battlefield 5, which is what I played the most. And you know, I love them every time. I love them. You know, they're so fun to use, so useful. Another thing, some of the specialization, the attachments, you know, they're tricky, especially here in Vanguard. They're tricky. They're like so much stuff, and they just kind of like sometimes you try to make it better and it kind of ruins one thing. Another, it's like so overwhelming, the amount of stuff, and sometimes what I tend to do is just get a decent mobility. You know, if you're mobile with an LMG, if you don't feel that heavy, if you have that mobility, maybe assault rifle like mobility, it's golden. You know, that's the sweet spot in terms of like attachments for a gun. Yes, you can maybe add more rounds in a magazine, but you really need them, right? So over here, what we got so far, I think is enough, you know, just to kill more than one guy, miss some shots, and don't have to reload right away. So you have to look into that. Same thing with the sights. You know, do they add more recoil? Do they add like slower aim at the sight? You know, so you kind of like just go and just balance it out. You don't have to go crazy in terms of using all the attachments and everything. But just like a balanced, you know, attachment selection, in my opinion, just focused on mobility. As long as you're mobile, this thing is gonna feel like an assault rifle on steroids, and it's just pretty sick, man. It's just pretty sick, and I love it. I love it a lot. So, like I said, one of my favorites, and it's just pretty awesome in my opinion. So I like it a lot. So we're just waiting for this guy. We know that he's coming. We heard him, so we have the advantage over here. So, like I said, playing tactical, man, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't mean you have to camp the whole game. That's not what tactical means, but you know, moving slowly, you know, from point A to point B, and having this gun set with a nice attachment that makes you mobile, you are almost I don't know, invincible in my opinion. You like super powerful, and that's great. You know, that's what's good in the Battlefield, you know, feeling that sort of like power, you know, that you can take on anything and everybody, and you know, regardless the gun is. And if it's an LMG, man, it's even better. So when people see that in the kill cam, it's like, oh, this guy is not using the MP40. This guy is the real deal, you know. And we ended up with more kills than deaths. It's like, well, this guy, he's the real deal. He can do this with an LMG. That's awesome. So, and well, people don't say that. They're jealous. They're probably gonna yell at you and call you names. But still, it's pretty awesome just to show people that you are not just one-man gun. So LMGs are all. I always promote LMGs in my videos, and my upcoming Battlefield 5 video happens to be an LMG because I love them. So if you want to see some bar action, some destruction, some awesomeness, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned, because I mean, LMGs are good. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And some LMGs you can change the fire rate, like in Battlefield 5. So there's amazing things you can do with LMGs in my opinion. So they're my favorites once again, and they're pretty awesome. So it's a nice little victory over here, and I love it. Good teamwork, you know. Shout out to all these randoms. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay, this commentary. My name is Wildchild, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, later.